They told me to stay quiet, keep my head down, don't make trouble, because trouble always finds people like me faster than it finds anyone else. That's what I was taught growing up, that if you're not born powerful, you survive by being invisible. And for a long time I believed that. Until one night when I was underestimated by the wrong person in the wrong place, and I realized something that changed everything. Being underestimated is only a weakness if you let it be. Let me take you back to where this really started. It was a crowded downtown restaurant, nothing fancy, just loud enough that nobody listens too closely to anyone else. I was working a double shift, exhausted, wearing a name tag that wasn't even my real name. That's how small I felt back then. I wasn't chasing dreams, I was chasing rent, chasing safety, chasing a version of life where nobody looked too closely at me. You know what I mean? I was the kind of person people talked over, talked down to, or didn't talk to at all. That night, a man walked in who changed the temperature of the room without saying a word. Everyone noticed. Expensive suit, calm eyes, the kind of presence that makes you straighten your posture without realizing why. His name wasn't important to me at first. To me, he was just another customer who probably wouldn't remember my face by morning. But I was wrong. Very wrong. He wasn't alone. With him was a little kid, maybe 4 or 5, restless, overwhelmed, clearly out of place. The kid knocked over a drink, it spilled everywhere, and suddenly the whole restaurant froze. The kid panicked. Full meltdown. Crying, shaking, hiding under the table like the world was ending. And the man. He looked completely lost, like he knew how to control everything except that one small, terrified human. One of his men moved forward too fast, too big, and the kid cried harder. The man snapped a command, sharp and low. It didn't work. Kids don't respond to authority, they respond to safety. And something in that sound, that cry, hit me right in the chest. I knew that cry. I had been that kid once. The one nobody knew how to calm. I should have stayed back. That was the smart move. But instead, I knelt down, ignored the stares. Ignored the silent warning in the man's eyes, and I spoke softly to the kid. Not loudly, not dramatically, just quietly. I told him he was safe. I told him the noise would stop. I told him the dark wasn't dangerous, it was just unfamiliar. The kid listened. Slowly, his breathing changed. He came out from under the table. Crisis over. What I didn't see was what that moment did to the man watching me. Because when I stood up ready to walk away, he stopped me. Asked me where I learned to speak like that, where I learned to calm fear like it was second nature. I lied. Of course I did. I had gotten very good at lying, but he didn't believe me. Not fully. And when I left that night, I knew in my gut that something had shifted. By the time I got home, that feeling was screaming. My phone rang. Unknown number. A voice on the other end calmly listed details about my life that no stranger should know. My fake name. My fake history. And then my real one. That was when the fear kicked in, the kind that makes your hands shake and your brain go cold. I packed fast. Too fast. And when I opened my door, he was there. Not angry, not shouting. Calm. That was the scariest part. He told me I was impressive. Said I'd been hiding a long time. And then he told me I was coming with him. Not as a threat, as a fact. I argued, I pleaded, didn't matter. I was outmatched, outplayed, and dragged into a world I had spent years running from. Here's the thing. People like him don't see people like me as equals. They see tools, liabilities, leverage. And at first that's exactly how he treated me. Suspicious. Cold. Always watching. But then something unexpected happened. The kid trusted me. The one person in that massive house who couldn't be intimidated, bribed, or threatened saw me as safe. And slowly, that changed how everyone else looked at me, including him. Days passed. Tension grew. Conversations turned sharper. He tested me constantly, questions designed to catch me lying. And eventually the truth came out. Who I really was, where I came from, why I had disappeared. And when he realized my past was connected to his worst enemy, the man responsible for the blood in his family, everything exploded. He felt betrayed. Used. And I couldn't even blame him. If I were in his position, I would have reacted the same way. I was locked away, isolated, treated like a threat instead of a person. And sitting alone in that cold room, I realized something bitter and freeing at the same time. Running had kept me alive, but it had never made me strong. When my past finally caught up with me, it didn't come quietly. Armed men, broken windows, chaos. And in that moment, instinct took over. Not fear, training, memory, survival. I fought back, protected the kid, protected myself. And when he walked in and saw what I had done, the last illusion shattered. I wasn't weak. I wasn't helpless. I had been hiding power the entire time. What followed wasn't forgiveness, it was war. My past demanded a price, and the only way to stop it was to offer myself. I made a deal. I walked into the darkness willingly knowing exactly what it would cost me, and as I did, I wondered if anyone would come after me, or if I would disappear the way I always had. But he came, not because of obligation, not because of power, because he chose to. He chose me. And together, we ended the cycle that had controlled both our lives. The man who once underestimated me watched as I stood my ground, faced my past, and refused to be owned by it. Here's what I learned. People will judge you by your job, your silence, your fear. They'll assume you're small because you don't take up space. Let them. Being underestimated is the best position you can be in when you're ready to rise. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever been judged too quickly? Written off before anyone knew your story? Do you believe people can truly escape where they come from, or does the past always collect its debt? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Argue with me if you want. And if this story made you feel something like the video, share it and stick around. Because sometimes the quiet ones have the most dangerous stories to tell.